Hi there, and welcome to A&P with Dr. O. Here we have another example of systemic arteries and veins in the abdominal cavity. These vessels, we will also talk about some of them in later chapters, such as the urinary system and the digestive system. If we go ahead and get our bearings, I wanted just to give everyone an idea of this image here. Where did this blown up image come from? I went ahead and I took an image in lab of our large muscle man model because it nicely shows several of the systemic arteries and veins in this abdominal cavity that we don't see on the other models. And in order for us to get a really good view, what I did is I took just this piece right here with the vessels and some of the pertinent organs, and I went ahead and blew it up for us to make it easier for labeling. Let's get our major vessels down first. Here we are going to have our abdominal aorta. And we're going to take a look at different branches that come from the abdominal aorta. And then over here, this next line I've drawn, we have the inferior vena cava. Now, if I look back to the abdominal aorta, we can see several vessels that, again, we'll talk about now, but we will also see many of these when we discuss the digestive system later on, and also a couple that we'll see when we do the urinary system. Let's start with some of these models related to the digestive system. Right here we have this celiac trunk. And then we're going to see some branches from that trunk. We have the left gastric artery right here. And then this one is the hepatic artery. And then over here, we have the splenic artery. We can also see vessels associated with the kidney. So here's our kidney right here. And then also our adrenal glands, or sometimes they're called the suprarenal glands, or aka adrenal. But if we remember that suprarenal is another name, that's going to help us with our vessels. When we talk more about the kidney, we will revisit these vessels here. Here we have the renal artery. And then next we have the renal vein. And then we also have our vessels associated with the adrenal gland, or again, the suprarenal gland. This then would be our suprarenal vein. And then we're also going to have our suprarenal artery as well. And then finally we can see our branches to the gonadal vessels. This would be the gonadal vein, while over here we are going to have the gonadal artery. And I'll just loop my line around there for that gonadal artery.